But let's dive into July, Aries, and see what is coming up for you guys. Your challenge, actually, Aries, is a good thing. I mean, there may be news coming that something that you thought was a disappointment is actually gonna turn out in your favor. So, I mean, if somebody disappointed you in the past, you're gonna get a message, you know, probably by phone or email. Maybe it's an apology. You know, that there's gonna be some kind of reconciliation on hand if this is a relationship issue. For some of you, this may be a job that you know, they decided to go with somebody else. Maybe this person didn't work out, or maybe it's something you applied for, you didn't hear back from, but you are going to get, for those of you that is a job situation, I do think you are going to get an interview, you know, and if you do interview in July, it's actually going to go very, very well. For some of you, this may involve a move. This may involve a home or a property or an apartment that you thought you'd lost out on, but then you find out that you are indeed going to be able to move forward with that. So there's some kind of shift or change in July that either did seem a disappointment or at first may seem a disappointment in July, Aries, but the truth is it's actually going to turn completely around for you. So if you get disappointing news about something you really wanted, or a shift or a change you wanted to make, don't lose hope, because it does look like before the end of the month you're going to hear, you know, the opposite about this. So also there may be a vacation that you had to postpone, or you may think you're going to have to postpone a trip in July, but then somebody gives you some really good advice and says, you know what, you should always go on a trip. You should always travel. You know, maybe he said there was going to be a conflict or something, but it does seem like that there's a way out of this. So yeah, if there was going to be a work conflict or something going to keep you from going on vacation or taking a little break there, Aries, it looks like that will turn around. Those of you who have been experiencing a delay or a holdup in things, you're really going to see things start to move forward. If you've been waiting on something to manifest, waiting on something to get going. July is the first month that we have all the big players, all the big planetary players finally moving forward, the first time this year. We have Neptune going retrograde, I believe, in July, but that's actually a good thing, because that means the fog lifts and we're able to see things with clarity. So yeah, July, you should really start seeing things that have been stalled, that have been seemingly taking forever, start to gradually move forward. And some areas may take off like, you know, a racehorse out of the gate. I mean, some may speed ahead, but everything will generally start moving forward in July, Aries, which is great news. And you'll find that whereas for maybe the first 6 months of this year, you felt like you really had a hard run of bad luck, you're going to start seeing in July signs that you're going to be in the right place to meet the right people, to bring good things into your life, to attract good influences into your life. So yeah, and another big shift or change card I've got coming up for you here, Aries. So yeah, something that you've been trying to make, either a physical move, change of locale, a change from job. You know, this is well started in July. So definitely, if you had been looking and maybe you just got disappointed or depressed about the lack of prospects, renew your search in July, because anything that's been delayed, it can now move forward. And it's actually been delayed for a good reason. I mean, this is a goal that's going to come to pass. This is something you're going to achieve, something you're going to get. It's been delayed for other reasons. You know, timing has so much to do with things that happen in our lives, and we can't see it from where we're sitting. We can just see that we're not getting what we want and we're frustrated, but there is a larger plan at work, and you actually chose this for yourself before you came here. So there's really nobody to blame. We can only blame ourselves with the timing of things. Or maybe we got off course, or maybe we took a detour, and now we're just coming back around to where we need to be, and that's why it's taking us longer. So just remember that when you get angry or frustrated about things, Aries, we plan all of this out for ourselves. And I've kicked myself many times. Just, what were you thinking when you wrote this out? What were you thinking when you planned this? I mean, but there's a higher purpose to everything, and we don't have the same perspective here in school, which is where we are when we're on this earth plane. But as far as help that's going to be available to you, Aries, In July, there may be a disruptive event that either helps you move on from the past, or either a past situation, a past job, or a past relationship. If you've been hanging on to anything residual, if there's a situation you need to get out of, something surprising is going to happen that will get you out of this. And this could be something that's lied dormant for a while. Maybe you've been at a job and you've been unhappy, you've been dissatisfied, but you've just been going through the motions. So I don't want to scare you, Aries, but sometimes this can be the fact that you get laid off. But it's because there's something awesome coming for you. And I would be surprised if you don't have a new job immediately. If this is the situation you find yourself in, please see it as a positive in July. It's not a negative. It's just you stayed there too long. You're meant to do other things. You're not fulfilling your purpose there. So I know that's difficult to see that in the situation, but maybe with this reading that'll help you to know that, as soon as you get out there, you're going to get something much, much better. And you're going to find that your network is very helpful as well. You can expect help from other people. And if this happens, Aries, if you are laid off and you had a vacation or something planned for July, still take it, because you need that break. You need that chance to get away. You're going to need that opportunity to recharge your batteries. But yeah, things moving forward, messages coming in, a lot of communication coming in, and you sending out in July, because we've got a lot of communication runes here going on, a lot of internet and text messages, like emails, phone calls, and all to kind of make things happen in your personal life and in your professional life, Aries. So good stuff happening on the communication front in July. And remember, anything disruptive that feels, yikes, scary in a relationship or a job situation, it's because it's making room for something coming in that's positive. And it should be coming in on the heels of this for most of you. It's like the disruption happens, and then like the next day you have a job interview, or the next day you've got something moving in that area. But what can't be changed, Aries, about July is that a lot of you, and again, this has been coming up for many of you for the last year or so, you may feel like you don't have anybody's support as far as family goes. You may feel like they've kind of left you to just, do whatever, and they don't care. But I think that's going to change for you in July. You may start seeing that that's not the case. Some of you may be looking back and wanting things the way they used to be. With a family situation or a friendship. This could be a group of friends. Maybe you're no longer, maybe you've kind of grown apart from friends that you've been part of the group for a long time, and you just start seeing things differently. Your life is different. You're in a different place and you're drifting away. And, this may be painful, but again, it's going to a positive place. If this is family, this is a situation that's gradually going to improve, Aries. It may just be that somebody's being self-centered and not considering other people. If this is you, I do urge you in July to do your best to kind of reach out to others. Or if others reach out to you, definitely don't just brush it off. If you ultimately want this situation to get better, no matter what has happened in the past, it's time to leave the past there. We only have this moment. The past is gone. The future is yet to be written. We only have this moment. Live in the moment. If someone's apologizing, if someone's offering an olive branch, take it. Because, people don't live forever. They're not going to be here forever. If you're going to regret maybe the way you've treated them, think about that. And they should be thinking about that too. I mean, any of us can die at any day. It's all transitory. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So that's why when I see difficulties in families, I always kind of, just how would you feel about the way things are going if this person was gone tomorrow? Would you feel guilty? Because that is it's a difficult burden to carry for the rest of your life if somebody goes before you do. So just want to throw that out there, Aries. This could be you, it could be another person. But I mean, the thing is, even if it's this other person, maybe you should offer the olive branch and kind of get conversations going if you can. But But yeah, relationships and family, I always encourage that, you know, we repair those as soon as we possibly can, because you just never know how long someone's going to be around for you to repair those relationships. So just, I'm going to leave you with that, Aries. Just kind of mull that over. And, you know, the situation's different with all of you, and I know, and sometimes it can be difficult, you know, when pride gets in the way. But you know what? Pride is a silly reason to keep two people who actually love and care about each other apart. So just keep that in mind, Aries. Coming up in July, some of you may be dealing with a situation where you've got a new person and an old person kind of vying for your affection. So, I mean, there could be somebody new coming into your life in July, Aries, on the relationship front. For some of you, this could occur at an event, at a gathering where you're seeing some, and that could be where this family stuff is coming up too, because it could be a family situation, a wedding, a birth, a shower, or something, where you have to see family members that maybe you haven't been getting along with the best. Maybe family members that you feel like haven't had your back, haven't supported you, or been there to support your decisions, or maybe expressed dismay at some of your decisions. It could be at something like this where you meet, somebody that you're like, hello. So yeah, and this will be a very intuitive connection, Aries. Very strong attraction, but it's more than just the physical. That's what I mean by intuitive. It's one of those where you feel like you've known each other all your lives, even though, you know, this is the first time you've met kind of scenarios. One of those movie-esque scenarios is what I'm getting at, Aries. It's probably a better way to say it. But there also may be somebody from the past trying to come back in, Aries. But you may have been frustrated with this person, and now you've got to choose between the old and the new. Which, I mean, you know, nothing wrong with options. It does seem like this person from the past is still going through quite a difficult time, Aries, and would not be able to offer you yet their full self, but maybe they want to. So what I'm getting from this is just hear this person out. But if they can't be open and transparent with you, if you're still seeing the same old patterns of, you know, unreliability, unstableness, I mean, it does seem they have a good reason for that. But I mean, if you have a choice between the same old and something new and positive, maybe you should look at the new and positive for a while, no matter how strong your bond is to this person in the past, because it seems like they have a lot of stuff they need to work out still. You know, maybe they're hiding something, not being completely honest with you about what's going on. Maybe they feel like they can't be honest with you for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I mean, it would be different for all of you. But yeah, new beginnings with old relationships in July. It seems like you need to hold off on that, Aries, just until you know more about this situation, or let things unfold a little bit more in that. However, there's going to be a new person that you're going to be quite taken with. Now, this can also be a new partnership, a new job that starts. Aries, again, going back to this, if you're looking to get out of a negative situation, it could be something that just kind of happens very, I don't know, it just may come down in a very, like, unbelievable way. And that's normally when you're meant to kind of, to accept a position, or you're meant to be at a certain company, is when it's kind of like, you know, maybe somebody hears about you through a mutual acquaintance or something, and they just email you out of the blue, that kind of thing. Or somebody gets your business card and calls you just out of the blue. So yeah, those serendipitous events as far as jobs go, I have found to be very, very telling, as far as, you know, that was definitely the job to take and place to be at that time. If you're looking for a business partner to get something going, to start a new venture, it does look like you will find that in July. So, and again, it will be somebody who has a shared vision. If there's another partner involved, if this is all a business situation and not romantic, it could be that you have to leave one behind, cut one loose in favor of a new one. And that may not go over so hot. That may cause some conflict. But the truth is, you'll be moving into a much more lucrative phase business-wise if you take on this other partner. And And if you have to choose between two business partners, you gotta go with the one that's more responsible, who seems to be on it, not the one who doesn't return your phone calls, hard to pin down, hard to schedule things with. That's the one that's gotta go. It's not gonna fly. So your time is precious, Aries, as it should be, and other people should be respectful of that. So that is what I see for July, Aries. A lot of exciting stuff going down. All those planets moving forward. Things starting to move forward. So good luck with that. Let me know how it works out for you. Post up in the comments if you feel so inclined.